Oh shit, I'm gonna get fired.
Going further, we're gonna call UTL on that blue and color Sylvia. Gang.
Yeah, I think so.
Going further, so I forgot to channel.
XD.
What the fuck are you wearing, Widewood?
Well, I was invited to the San Andreas State Police. So
Invited? Does that make you a member?
make me a member? I mean, sure.
Yeah, if you were in... That's not a direct answer, though. So are you... What's your call sign?
237.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're actually a trooper.
We're gonna
That's
be the
right,
same
sir.
soon, sir.
All right.
I was looking at the roster. I didn't see you listed as.
Oh, I think it's taking a little bit to update it.
Oh, okay.
I can believe that. All right. Well, if that's where you want to be, you know, that's a downward spiral. All right. So anyway, I got some questions for you.
Sure.
Okay. So I need to get some prices on some vehicles. All right, because I'm really starting to, you might actually like this. I kind of want to pick a gang, all right? And I think I picked the perfect mark for us, Hydra. I think that's the perfect gang for us to look into. They have a lot of companies, all right? They have a lot of fucking assets. They clearly have a lot of money. They get caught doing fucking 37 alphas all the time.
Yeah,
You know,
I was
they
actually
have, like, the lists.
Yeah, I caught Vincent Call on one of these 37s once, and when I was questioning him, he said that the boss gets him to do those runs for him. So I was like, okay, well, who's the boss? And I looked into it a little bit, and there's a lot of crossover in a few businesses with all the Hydra members, including Harmony Repairs.
Radio check.
Was it
Yep.
Only Picks or something?
Only
Radio check.
or only picks? Yeah.
Only Picks, yeah. And then
Well, I mean, if you look up businesses, Hydra has a body pillows, Hydra body pillows,
And
and I
then
don't know what
there's
Hydra's
also
sec is.
Miggy's Tires or something. Miggy's Tire and Muffler. And when I was questioning Mr. Carl, who also goes by Arnie with the red bowl cut. He was
Yes.
Vincent Carl?
yeah, he was saying that Only Picks was for keys to the that little apartment complex they got. Which is a load of bullshit because I know
Yeah,
Only
the
Picks.
white-
the white
Yeah.
parking garage on West
Only
Side
Picks has
of
been around a lot longer than that. And after doing a little digging, I think I questioned, I can't remember who I questioned, but they said they sell, lock picks and all that kind of shit.
You want to investigate something major with us, Widewood, or what? Because I think
Oh,
we can
100%.
literally
Yeah, I'm
blow
down.
the lid off this entire thing. It's going to take a little bit of work, though. So here's one thing that's important, right? We go through the list of Hydra members. All right, so let's start off with like the major guys, Juan Carlos and Miguel. We go over their assets, the estimated value of like just their cars. And then what I want us to do is try and look into to see if they got any. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Pred, how you doing?
No,
Hey, what's up,
pretty
Copper?
Good.
Hey, Mac.
I think
We investigating.
What'd you say?
Hey, Copper,
No,
is he officially a trooper? He said his call sign's 237, and
Yes.
it's not updated on the roster.
Well, that kind of depends on our leadership. They just, aren't available.
Oh, all right, that's fine.
I mean, if you have access, that'd be great.
Yeah, I have access.
Yeah, sorry to steal Underwood from you. Not
It's all
sorry.
right, it's all right. Underwood loves pursuits and stuff like that, so you can take him.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
So we're looking
we'll
into
all
Hydra right
return it.
now.
Yeah, we're looking into Hydra at the moment. We're trying to put together a bunch of stuff on them.
Yeah, I think the best thing we could do is maybe if you really want to. I mean, they share cars a lot. I've noticed whenever I think we caught them in I think it was they were helping with a street race a couple weeks ago, and we caught like 7 of their cars. None of them tampered with, and we caught people that were driving other people's vehicles that we also put warrants out for that we knew were there. So certainly a lot of crossover. You know, they got a lot of assets to sharing. But if you really
We
want to,
we got to look at Susie. Susie, I'm looking at the history of Hydra Body Pillow, and she's fucking
that
doing
thing
all the
came
hiring.
up.
Okay.
What's
All right, sorry guys. We're gonna. I thought we were here for something else. But if you
oh
Yeah,
guys
I
sorry,
need
appreciate
sorry.
to-
it,
No,
Copy.
I don't want to interrupt what you guys are doing.
Yeah, all good. I got you.
All right, Fred, we'll meet up again about the gun stuff.
Gotcha. Keep that stuff under wraps.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Wise high.
I'd say if we
Here's what I'm
establish a
thinking.
pattern of you know, these guys doing
establishing the pattern's easy. Establishing the pattern is seriously fucking easy. What I want to do is find out, like, I really think that we can get into their bank records.
Yeah, that's what I was
pretty
just gonna
easily.
suggest. Get an audit going, especially from their businesses. If we know they're doing all this shit, they're probably cleaning their money through these businesses, right?
Yeah, see, that's the only thing that's a fucking pain is, like, how many bank accounts do we have to fucking go through? And the answer is probably all of them.
Yeah. I think start with the businesses first, right? And then you can see then you can kind of
what we
daisy
wanna
chain it if
do-
there's anything suspicious in those business accounts, right?
So the key thing first is seeing how much money they have, like, individually, and then the assets, seeing if they have any active loans, right? And then seeing if they have paid off loans, maybe they didn't even take loans and they just paid cash. Like, this is the type of stuff that, like, we gotta find out.
Can we check the registration history on cars as well?
Yeah, we can look into that.
And we can see how,
that's like a no-brainer.
See the total value of that cars, you know?
Can we see the total value of their cars, or is it like what if they?
Well,
like,
if you buy a
for
car from a
example-
dealership, your registration will say how much the vehicle's worth when they buy it from the dealership. But I've noticed sometimes when I request people's vehicle registration, things look a little bit odd. You know, it'll say the first purchase was for $1 from Autos or something, and there's no.
That's something we could look up right now. I mean, we have that. We've established that trail, but it doesn't go all the way back. Like, if you take a look at Juan Carlos's ownership history of stuff, it does seem that kind of like the vehicle has been bought.
So how
sell
did-
price
okay.
0, 0.
Wait, how do you do that?
assuming
You click
that
on the
is-
vehicle?
Yeah, on the MDW.
Okay, so assume that okay, from autos, say, like, we got to investigate that. That's bad. So if someone's selling a car for $1, do they pay tax on the sales price?
No, they
No, they don't pay any.
Well, if you look at
tax.
the R35, that was sold for $1,255,000
from Mary Mushkin.
So that's, he's paid tax on that. I don't think there's any legislation to say that it's tax dodging if you sell a car for $1. But obviously what they do is they sell the car for $1 and transfer the cash through the bank. I think it's just the initial sale, which is what gets taxed. But if you look at the R32 GDR, there's no ownership history there at all.
So is that tax evasion if we look in the records and there's $1 sale and then,
Tax
like,
ev-
it's because there's
Only
no
for the
tax on the
first
transfer?
one, I think. Because there's no tax on transfers anymore, as far as I understand. There's only tax on the initial sale. And there's no legislation to say that you need to pay tax on a resale unless, I'd assume if you're a used car dealership, but then you just pay your $750 tax at the end of the month. I don't think you have to do sales
Oof.
tax on the cars.
What is that shit? These companies are getting away with murder.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're literally fleecing. It's ridiculous.
But
We
if
pay
you look
more
at
in
wait, if
taxes
you
than
look at
every
the
business combined.
Yamaha R1 on Juan Carlos Hernandez profile sold for $1 by Jalen Carter Jr. Then that's suspicious because you don't know where it's come from. There's no
Exactly.
there's no initial sale, so there's no that's definitely tax evasion.
I mean, that's how it is for a lot of them.
Wise high HS.
Yeah, so you could press for tax evasion on them, and then if you really push that, you could get a rough value for the vehicle from the dealership if it's available in dealerships, and then you can say this is what tax you owe, right? because this is the minimum sales price you should be looking for. Or I mean, depends on when it was sold. We can look back up to 2 months and see if there was any bank transaction, that coincides with the time it was purchased. And see how much they really bought it for and what
37
tax they owe.
I think I got a way for us into the bank records that's fairly easy. That fucking instant earlier meth run. Okay, perfect. So okay, literally 5 big bags of meth. We could subpoena Juan Carlos, Miguel, and Alex's bank records, trying to find out how much they spent on meth.
Okay. I think if you're looking for the meth side of it, all good. But I mean, if you're looking for Hydra as a business behind the scenes
we gotta look for our way in. Like we gotta look for a
yeah, the connect in.
way
Yeah, I
in.
got
We
you.
can't just say we're suspicious of the activity that's going on. We have to find like a loophole. It doesn't have to be too significant. And I think it's actually easy to find. If I sit here for 30 minutes and just go over things, I think I can find it pretty easily.
Yeah, if you find your way in with that, and then and then you look at their vehicles, see if there's any purchased in the recently, and then see if there was any bank transactions coinciding with that. That's tax evasion. For whatever amount, should be on top of there. I think it's like 14% for vehicle sales tax. And then, well, obviously, if you're looking for them paying for meth and maybe how much they make, how they're trying to clean that cash, if they're even trying to clean it at all, they might just be putting up $1 million straight into the bank account. We won't know because we don't have any system to flag it.
Nothing but cash deposits, because that would be useful if any deposit over $10,000 was flagged.
Yeah, that was something I really wanted when after we had our economy crash, to keep people in check, but unfortunately we couldn't get that through. I love this financial crime shit, We should keep people in check. Somebody shouldn't be able to rob a bank and put $1 million straight back in,
Push it. The issue is nobody's pushing. I've been wanting to do it for a while, and I think Hydra's like the perfect one because it seems like they're involved with a lot of businesses, and once we fucking knock one down, we got a way into everything. That's all it takes is knocking one of the big guys down, and then we have a way into every company.
Yep. You gotta piss a lot of people off, though.
Yo, people get away with fucking so much shit right now. They need to start getting put in check, man.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's been too fucking lax, especially on the financial side. I thought we had a financial group that like wasn't.
We did way back. I was
Malton supposed to be running that shit.
Yeah, I was trying to be a part of that. Unfortunately, I think the tools for us to swiftly, do something about suspicious transactions and shit just is a lot of work. So once you look at those bank accounts and you're trying to, sift through them, and there's all the different bank accounts they're tied to, it's a lot of paperwork. And there's no legislation really that says what you can and can't do. When it comes to tax evasion and shit.
Legislation in place. I mean, you can only change the legislation by, making the move.
Yeah, there's also no income tax. The only income tax you get is when if you're employed at a business and they pay you through the app, then it'll get taxed through that. But
I'm
I think
sure a lot of companies try and skirt past.
Yeah,
that
they'll do a they'll send a transaction.
Why
for the
wouldn't
bank
they?
account.
It's not illegal.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
It's not. There's no law against that shit.
So the interesting one is Claire Seducer. She's obviously Angels, but she is tied in with the Hydra body pillows thing.
Well, we do have a. Have you seen the tax evasion charge we got?
Yeah, it's bullshit.
It's pretty. Yeah, I remember. From what I saw, it was pretty light.
I mean, if you can.
Oh no! Now it's a hut, or it's.
So it's asset freeze. If you can get one car with tax evasion over 20,000, which is, pretty easy. If you've got any one of those vehicles that's sold for $1, and then a bank transaction that coincides with that, which is actually a substantial amount, it's gonna be way over $20,000.
Immediately audited by the DIC and a district attorney. Do we have either of those still?
Nope, I don't think the DIC
No.
exists.
Okay, well that makes it difficult.
The DIC is actually still a thing, but they're not active at all. And the district attorneys, that shit hasn't been a thing forever. We need to get these laws updated.
Yeah, I'm not
I
necessarily
talked
looking
Crane
to push
about
this myself. The issue with this
about
is like
these
if you do this to
laws,
one person, you got to do it
months
to
ago, but
everyone.
They didn't change anything.
Which
about
is
them.
why I
They're
wanted the
literally
tools
still the
for this
exact
shit to
same
be
wording and
easier at the
everything.
start of 3.0. I'm gonna help these guys, but I'm not necessarily gonna push it too hard on my end.
What we should do is like pick one target and try and take them apart. I think that if we try and like go after more than one group, everything will just kind of get diluted. What we should do is maybe get like another officer or two and kind of just go in there and try and find out like what we can in order to get. Once we secure access to one person's bank records, we can secure access to all the business accounts. Literally, you have access to whatever they have access to.
Yep.
And then
you can daisy chain if if you got a suspicious transaction from one person into their bank account, you can daisy chain it onto that person's, right?
And literally jump from person to person. All it takes is one in. But I honestly think that it wouldn't be impossible for us to get an in for, let's see. Right now, I only see an in for 24 hours, and that's on. We could probably get that on Miguel, Alex, and
is this for
Flippy?
the meth?
For the meth run that they did to find, like
Well, the thing
some bullshit to see how much they spent on the meth that they were caught with.
The question is though, when did they actually buy it, right? When if they're buying it or manufacturing it themselves.
Exactly, and then that's where we could maybe even get it extended if there's like
because it might take them a while to get this shit together, unless we can maybe see when we last caught them for something like this, and then run it up until that point.
I think the easy way in is looking into the vehicles and see if we could fuck them over for tax evasion, because we literally have the dates on the transfer. So, like, for example, look, you go to Juan Carlos Hernandez's profile, right?
These guys are linked in with Angels pretty big. I've seen 3 people employed by this one company that are affiliated with Angels.
I saw Lexi Law on there.
Well, I got
I think the 3 biggest bank accounts you could go for if it's the businesses, if you can get into them, is would be Miggy's Muffler and Tire Only Picks. What was the other one? Oh, Harmony, I guess. That might be a stretch. And H&O Imports. He's listed as a coordinator on there. Because if these vehicles are being sold for $1 by Jalen Carter Jr., then it'll be H&O that's doing the tax evasion. And then if we get access to H&O's bank accounts, that's it's gonna be rough for him.
That's great. But here's the thing: there's transfers from like a year ago. Marlo Stanfield. It looks like he potentially bought the car from Flippy.
What vehicle is this?
And this is the Catch Me, the WRX. So it looks like all the way back then he bought the car from Flippy. He gave it to his girlfriend, and then she gave it back to him at some point.
Yeah, we can only go back up to 60 days, all right? And I mean, like I said, the used car transactions aren't taxable. It's the initial one, I think.
No, so why wouldn't used car transactions be? I mean, don't they still have to pay tax? Like, because if a company has to pay sales, yeah, the business pays tax. But when you sell a vehicle, don't you still have to pay money to the state because it's of sales tax? Maybe that's not a way
I'm not too sure about that. I just know a while back it was selling used vehicles was changed, and there was a little. There might be something in legislation. I'm not sure. It might be beneficial to talk to somebody from a used car dealership, like Autos or Mushkin's Motors or something.
Fine. I would suggest Autos. Because it looks like Mary sold him a car.
Yeah, I think
which
the,
one was it again, the Skyline.
Yeah, I think the justification is, you buy a car, you already pay the tax on it. If you sell it again, you're not going to pay tax on that whole amount unless it's only on the profits, which is why it comes down to the business, right? The business then pays
up,
tax
Patty?
on their profits.
I'm good. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm fascinated by this stuff, but the thing is, if we go hard on someone like this, I think it's a little too late.
That's fine. I mean, that's
I
like
think
dispatchers.
we should
jobs.
maybe
Just
do
bring 'em on
something
through
to,
the dispatchers department and
threaten
get
them to say we
dedicated
can
ATC.
look into this shit,
Yeah, I'll approve that.
and we could fuck you up, so be more careful, right? It's kind of like proving a point. I feel like, at least
Yeah,
that's what I think
a
the
good
first
idea,
one
and we
should
can
be.
track, where things are going and where they're stopping at, and
And
shit.
then get some legislation out of it, because it's kind of a gray area
All
right now.
Yeah, that's a great idea. We should get that going as ASAP. Gotcha. All right. Bye-bye. Oh, nice to see you too, Pat. All right, so... Man, it actually is a little difficult to find a way in. I mean, did these guys ever get busted for DT or weapons trafficking?
Radio check.
Not that I know of.
Radio check.
They had to have. I mean, how is it not
Who pays the
weapons
tax when someone buys a
trafficking
car
when
from
you get
Tuna?
caught with this 37A?
The
I
customer.
don't understand. That's
There's tax on top.
hundreds of... It's like literally pounds and pounds and pounds of fucking meth.
Yeah,
I'm a little perplexed.
Yeah, with the tax evasion stuff, I think we're gonna have a hard time. But what I think we should do is, if we do get in and we see some crazy shit, then we bring it to the DOJ and say, look, this is fucking stupid. Let's get some legislation going.
We need to get that shit upped. You know what I mean? Like, we need to get like the laws revised.
Yeah.
There, like it's not our fault that the laws and the legislation haven't been altered despite multiple times of this being brought up. Like, it's inexcusable that these businesses pay no fucking tax.
Yeah, what's crazy to me is, people pay a shit ton of maintenance fees and asset fees. Millions, and we get a shit ton of that to the state. But people are all riled up when they got to pay their taxes and do a little bit of paperwork. They only got to pay, what is it, $750 a month?
That's all it is, and even that's like a nuisance to them. You should have seen it when that came up in the fucking town hall meeting, Underwood. They were losing their shit. They were literally losing their shit, dude. It was hilarious. I think some of them were literally going to cry. I'm going to be honest.
Over the $750 tax?
Fucking cry. No, because they said they were going to like up it and start making businesses pay a percentage. And then
they
started
should.
just, like,
It's not
screaming.
hard
They
to do
sounded like
paperwork like
they
that.
sounded
Just set
like
up
they
a
were gonna
basic
cry.
system.
Let's relax here. Come on, not every business has to pay a percentage tax.
All of them do, Vingle. Every last one.
I'm not a business owner. I'm just coming from a perspective of someone who doesn't care. But I feel like not every business needs to pay a tax. That just seems silly.
Listen, unfortunately, if you make a lot of money, this is the United States. You better be giving 40% of that to the government.
Well, I disagree.
Didn't you know this is a blue state? Now, are you a liberal commie like the rest of us, or aren't you? You're starting to sound like one of them,
I'm a member of
conservative
I'm a member of QAnon,
Republican.
sir. I am a member of QAnon, sir.
I don't know what that is. I saw something on it. I didn't really pay attention to it.
Yeah, even if it was something like, it's automatic. Some of the state can put on bank accounts they issue to businesses, right? Here's your profits. Here's what tax you're going to pay. They take it out of that.
That's how the government fucks you, right? Is that you get taxed on everything. So let's say you pay a sales tax when you buy something, and then you have to pay another tax when you sell it. Like, it's like...
Yeah.
The government. That's how the government literally triple, double, quadruple dips on shit.
Yeah, you buy a house or a car and you sell it for a bit of profit, you got to pay capital gains tax, right?
Yep. Exactly.
I emailed you the 3 of you based off of that Hydra body pillow. I've looked up every single person to see what kind of gang affiliation. See a name and list in groups and connections and all that.
Holy shit.
This is good stuff, Mac.
I can't read.
What we got to do is we got to talk to Crane. We got to talk to the fucking mayor.
That is a lot of
do.
crossover. This is a business run by a gang.
Yep.
That's how a lot of businesses go there in Underwood. I mean, this isn't anything fucking new.
Yeah.
We got to talk to the fucking mayor and say enough is a fucking enough. And we got to get in a giant angry mob to go down to the fucking town hall. I'm talking like 200 fucking people. We might, Vingle.
Well, have to be
Thank
all
God I
police.
missed the last
And we
one,
say,
sir.
big business needs to pay up now. Big business needs to go.
Yes.
You know what we should do? We should get all the people that work at these different businesses to unionize.
Oh yeah, and really fuck their employer.
Yeah, because their employer, if they hear about this, they're not going to want them to go and do that because
I mean,
they're going to get taxed.
Imagine this. You work at fucking the Ring place, right? You work at Vulture La Culture. How much money do you think they're bringing in through fucking rings? Millions. And how much do the fucking people who are selling the rings see? I'd have to ask. You know what?
To be fair though, if they charge you through the app, there is sales tax, which is good.
Well, that's what they do. They do charge you through there.
Yeah. But it's moving this I think the biggest one is the vehicle sales tax.
I agree. So if there's a
Exactly.
if there's a transfer for $1 that's recorded by the business, and then we look into those two people around the time of the sale, see a transaction between their bank accounts for a huge value, they're skimming off the top of the tax evasion immediately.
Yeah. However, like I said, the used car one, I think that's gonna it's gonna be capital gains tax that applies to that, and there's no legislation for that. The only thing they would pay tax on for that is the $750 from the business profits. However, if it's an initial sale and there's no vehicle sales tax on that, then that's a big red flag. And
But
that's
then,
the one we should go
does
for.
H&O actually have an initial sale?
Well, if you look at the R1 on Juan Carlos Hernandez's one, sold by Jalen Carter Jr. for $1. That's it.
And that's the only charge. Okay, so that is initial sale. So it should have been full price.
That
with
should have been
tax.
full price, and that should have been taxed.
Oh shit! So that might be the way in.
That's why I'm saying
literally might be it.
H&O is probably the best one to look at. If you can get into H&O, and every single car they've sold is a skirt and tax.
God!
And they
I
got
can get a job there.
That's February though. Is there a statute on fucking tax evasion? I mean, that's February.
Nope, there's no statute on any type of financial crime. I found that out the other day when I tried to say that they were trying to collect money from me outside the statute of limitations, and Crane's ruling was there is no statute of limitations on loans.
Uh-oh.
So if that means there's overall financial crimes, there's probably no time frame on it.
There's a
That's
lot.
Very good, sir.
That is
Very,
tens
that's
of
why you're
millions
the
of
fucking
dollars in
sheriff,
tax
sir.
evasion right there.
Exactly. But
That might
who knows
be
if
that might
it'll
be another
change.
way out for you, Fred. That might be another way
Yeah,
out.
it could be. Could be.
Oh, that's one way.
Another
out.
way out of what?
Debt.
My heinous debt.
Wait, how much you in debt?
Over $15 million.
What? How?
I'm a gambling addicted.
Gambling and loans and more gambling.
Yeah. And I like a little bit of cocaine every once in a while. Widewood, sue me.
Jesus.
I just do a little bit of better work when I've had a bump.
You want some coke, sir? I know a guy.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
I can make you do cause. Some of my old hoes.
What?
I used to be a pimp before being a cop, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Vingle was really into pimping hoes.
Sir, we're gonna
His
be on the
name
same
was,
team soon,
Iceberg
Whitewood.
Vingle.
Wait, I thought this was Fingal.
No,
Sounds
I'm
like
Vingle,
Fingal.
sir.
This is Vingle with a V. Fingal is with an F.
right, so we look at. Oh, all right. I can look at everybody, and if you're targeting Hydra, I can look at all those motherfuckers. Look at all their sales history on cars.
We already kind of have an in right now. Widewood's right. The R1, we should be able to look into that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I want to find more of those. I'm sure there's more.
Well, I would say if
that
you go
show
in
up.
based off the drugs, then use that and then tie that in with any vehicle sales, right? Any big transactions that have gone.
Everything together.
Yeah.
Is that Bundy?
I think just going for the vehicles based on nothing's not really gonna be much, because then you gotta apply that to everybody. But you got something here with the drugs, right? So.
Yeah, the drugs is going to be good for 24 hours, I would imagine. And who knows what you could see in that bank account?
Yeah, if you got
24
huge
hours.
deposits and no, and it's not a transfer as well, then they've got to justify where that comes from,
should.
right?
Yeah, we should actually put that together now. 24 hours on Miguel, 24 hours on Alex, and 24 hours on Flippy. We could probably get those things signed off. And then all we need is one thing, and we're able to get a full
Amounts
60.
taxable.
I mean, this could take down H&O as well.
Could take down a lot of things if we play our fucking cards right. That's the way the cookie fucking crumbles.
Yeah, I bet the dealers down at the tuner shop will be fucking jumping head over heels once they hear that.
Well, I don't think they have anything to hide. I don't trust
Well, they-
those fuckers, though. I still definitely
No,
know they tipped
I
off
think they
Michael
run their
Simone's
business
shit.
right, which is a good thing for them if people are getting fucked up on H&O side.
Yeah, I still don't trust them. Fuck
I mean,
Eddie
neither.
Marshall.
No, I mean, yeah, fuck him. Fuck him and fuck Mary.
And fuck
Yeah,
the
we should go for
businesses that they
Mushkin
run.
Motors and the tuner shop. They're probably hiding something.
I rated it already, Widewood. I couldn't find fucking shit. I even threw those dipshits in a hold for 24 hours.
Mary said she'd show me your tits for 100 grand.
Really?
She did say that to you, yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to take a fucking loan, but apparently you can't take a loan in debt.
No,
Was
you
everybody in
can't,
fucking debt in
Bingle.
this goddamn PD?
Hell
Well,
yeah,
I'm
the
in debt
debt
because of
the
the murder.
The in-debt department. Oh yeah, Vingle is a murderer.
Every vehicle Miguel's got looks legit. Who was the other one? Alex?
Yeah, Alex Saskashelovich.
Yeah, obviously it's I'm a bit conflicted here because it's an opposing business, so to speak.
Why do they all have
I'll help him
guardians?
guide
These
him
things
in the
are
right
passed
direction.
around more than a fucking
Engage in the RP with it, but I'm not
crack
gonna push
pipe
it
at
too
a
hard on
fucking
my end.
whorehouse.
I'm not gonna do like paperwork
Maybe
and shift
storage,
through all
sir?
that
What's a
shit.
guardian?
What the fuck is a Sea Shark? He doesn't have any. There's no
It's a
ownership
jet ski.
history. Oh, that's just purchase then, straight.
Hmm.
Okay, we got one on him. What is the ASBO? Or is that a?
Wait, what is this? What is a
Oh, I
there's
just
a-
found something.
G63?
Yep, the G63. Look at that one.
His
Oh,
whoa,
dude.
whoa. The Revolter. The Alex's Revolter. Same thing. Jalen Carter Jr. $1.
$1.
It's called 10 Hydra on it.
Wait, so can anyone explain this to me? The way I'm looking at it, so I'm looking at the latest transaction from the April 13th. It looks like he sold the car to Autos for 1.3. What is that? 1.3 million. But how does he have it if he sold it to Autos? 'Cause that's what it's saying.
Wait, what?
From and to.
Yeah. The first. Wait. Because it first came from Rami and went to Francis for $1.
Yeah.
So there's no initial sale price
So-
there, and then it was. Wait.
Yeah, there's no initial thing for this car. It's just literally coming from Rami